Hi everybody,
Hello there.
Jerry.
And Linda.
We're the Village's Newcomers. Want to take a moment to thank all our viewers out there. We really appreciate you. And remind you, some people have said, hey, that's a palm tree. Today's show is about palm trees. But some of our viewers say, we can't subscribe. How do you subscribe? If you're on your phone, it's tougher, but there's a little button that says subscribe. Push that. If you're on a computer, scroll down, you'll see a little bar that says subscribe. So we appreciate that and hoping that everybody will subscribe to our channel. But today, a show just kind of fell into my lap. Out driving, we saw a tree being trimmed by professional tree trimmers. And I thought, you know what, that's good to see, because palm trees are one of the amazing things about the Villages.
You're right.
And they're not exactly no maintenance. You know, there is some maintenance involved. If you look behind us, you can see some brown branches. Those need to be trimmed off. And you can see these things. Can you see the seed pod there? That seed pod needs to be trimmed off as well. And I saw some guys doing that today, so I want to share it with you. First stop was the Dunedin pool. I saw a crew trimming a tree, but by the time I got my camera out, they were already lowering the bucket and getting ready to head to a new location. And that was Manatee, the Manatee Recreation Center off Hillsborough Trail. Plenty of palm trees all over the Villages. Beautiful. But they do need attention, and once they grow tall, that becomes a bit of a problem. You can see this gentleman's getting into a bucket truck. Going to get into that bucket where he'll have a remote control and he can lower himself up and over. Moving very carefully and slowly, he'll position himself in the best place to trim that tree. Now, I won't be trimming the top of it because that's the fresh, new growth, the good stuff. He'll have to go down below where he can get to the dying palm fronds, and he'll saw those off. They'll drop to the ground. Depending on the species of tree, this has to be done once or twice a year. In most residential applications, you could do this with a pole saw for many years, standing on the ground or on a short ladder. He's up in there right now with a handsaw. He's sawing off some of the brown growth that has died out this past season, and it's a very normal thing for a palm tree. You can see this is quite a crew. They've got the chipper shredder, a truck to hold the trimmings after they're shredded, the bucket truck, and there's a mule or a gator or some kind of little four-wheel drive vehicle that they're also in there to get around during the job. That's a Sylvester palm. You see those cuts on there. Those were branches at one time, or palm fronds. And when they're sawed off, that's what they look like. This crew was very helpful and very informative. I was able to talk with them. I'm not familiar with this company, but they look like a top-notch outfit. You'll see some of those brown palm fronds as well as seeds that'll come off in a little bit. It's a team effort. Got the cutter up above. people on the ground picking up, and there'll be somebody at the back of that truck to mulch up all of the refuse. As you can see from the truck, this is Enviro Tree Service. Certified arborist. Hundreds of varieties of palm trees in Florida, quite a few right here in the villages. This particular type of tree has spikes. You have to be very careful when he's maneuvering that bucket not to get poked or cut by these spikes on the fronds. Sylvester are notorious for that. Moving from one tree to the next. There was a seed pod. It has opened, and all these little round balls, they're called nuts or seeds, and they can make a mess. So these gentlemen are unfurling a tarp to catch the things as they drop. Missed that one. He's positioned himself very carefully because of those spikes up there, and he'll drop those seeds down. They'll hit that tarp where they'll be a lot easier to clean up. A lot of maintenance goes on in the villages, and it's cleaned up so nicely and so professionally. Quite heavy, those clusters of seeds. You can see what they look like right there. Or how about a close-up? Giant acorn type objects. And I understand they are edible, although I wouldn't recommend you try it. They make jams and jellies out of them in some places. You can see that trunk, as I mentioned, it's already been trimmed up all the way to those fronds. That happens one time a year. And you may be surprised to know, I know I was when I talked to these guys, those seeds are on the female trees. There are male and female palm trees. The males produce a pollen which fertilizes the female tree, which produces those seeds which will grow into future palms. A lot of expensive equipment. And he's high up there. I don't know how high, but that job wouldn't be for me. This company has 4 bucket trucks that will lift 50 to 60 feet in the air. And they also have some spider lifts. It's a scissors type lift that can get their trimmers up 92 feet in the air. And these gentlemen carrying these seed pods, those things are heavy. Beautiful bark on that Sylvester. piling it up inside that chipper shredder. Gonna turn that on here in a minute. Every time I see one of those machines, I think of the movie Fargo. Always trying to maintain that beautiful look around the villages. Those flowers you saw in the video here, they're planted every 3 months. You might have seen that in one of our previous videos. These have been in the ground about 2 months now. In another month, they'll take them out and freshen that area up with brand new, beautiful flowers. Going to feed those seeds through the chipper shredder. There we go. If you've ever used one of these machines, you know it's kind of gratifying to put a big limb in there and turn it to nothing. I hope you enjoyed that look at how the palm trees are taken care of here in the villages. Well, we appreciate you coming along. Don't forget to please hit that subscribe button.
Until next time.
See you when you get here.